Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel, and welcome to Little Boy Customs. If you're interested in knowing how to get an F100 Dash, much like this here, out, stick around. I'll show you how. So if you see the truck behind me, you know that the truck that I started this intro with and this truck are not the same truck. Actually, you may not know that, but that's the case. Both of them are 1967 Ford F100s, and I plan on building both of them. This one I've already started. But I got to the point where I needed to get the dash out of this truck, and I have decided to use the Grand Marquis, 2001 Grand Marquis, as the donor car and use that dash in it instead. So I started trying to take this dash out and realized that there's not a whole lot of videos on YouTube about how to do it, and so decided, why not make a video? So that's what we're gonna do today. So guys, if you're wanting to remove this dash, first step is to remove a lot of the stuff that's in the dash. So to start off with, we'll start right here where the glove box is at. Glove box is made out of some kind of cardboard material. Most of these are rotted. So what I do is use a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the cable, drop that down, and then you'll have Phillips head screwdrivers, 2 in the bottom, 1 on either side, and then usually 2 at the top. Every now and then you'll see some sort of an auxiliary that was added after the fact that the truck was made, like emergency flashers in this case. You'll want to remove those, unplug the cable from the back side, and plug them to the side. The radio, these are fairly easy to remove. You literally pull the knobs off, there's going to be a nut, and then on the inside of the dash there's a nut and bolt that hold the back side of this radio into the dash. Then you'll want to remove the instrument cluster. It's a series of Phillips head screwdriver screws and a speedometer cable and some electrical cables running into the back. All of those quick disconnects. Other than the speedometer cable, you'll use a wrench in order to get that off. From there, you'll want to be able to remove the dash pad, which is what most of these videos on YouTube are about, is actually removing the dash pad and not the dash. And I'll show you that on a dash that I've already removed out of a truck. So, as you see, this dash is already out of the truck. This is the truck that I'm actually working on. The truck that's sitting out here that we're with right now is a truck that's going to be worked on in the future. But in order to get the dash pad out, you will have a bolt that is here. My dash pad was already cracked and broken, so I didn't have to take this one off. You'll have another bolt here, 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 and then when you're looking down, you will have a series of bolts that run down through here that you'll need to take off. Once you do that, these little inserts that cover up the defroster will pop right off with the dash pad, and the dash pad just lifts off and moves out of the way. From that, you have a series of bolts on the bottom side of the dash that you will need to get to, including around the steering wheel. So at the bottom side of the dash, there's a bolt here, around the steering column, in the middle of the dash, and then on the far end of the dash. Remove all of those. At that point, you're going to feel like the dash is super loose, and that's because it is from the bottom side. So if you made it to this point here, you've already taken all the bolts out, you've taken the dash pad off, and the dash should be fairly loose feeling to you. The problem is that you're going to now need to take the windshield out to make this job so much easier on yourself. And the top half of the dash is literally welded in along this seam here. So this is where the windshield was at. You've taken the rubber off, the windshield has come out, and you will need to cut the dash along this line through here in order to get this dash out. So guys, once you've gotten the dash out, there is going to be a couple of little brackets that are in here that you're going to want to remove if you're going to put the Crown Vic dash inside of here. Those being these brackets right here. This is the bracket that actually holds the steering wheel in place. You'll really just use a cutoff wheel like I did with to pull the dash out itself and cut off this part of it. And then this is the windshield wiper motor and bracket. It unbolts. In this case, I'm going to try to reuse this somehow with the Crown Vic windshield wiper motor and reinstall the Crown Vic windshield wiper motor in this place. The other bracket is this one right here, which it unbolts from the firewall of this truck. I'm not going to be too worried about this one because I'm actually going to be cutting this firewall and floorboard out of this truck and using the Crown Vic. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and smash that like button. Also, for other future videos, make sure you hit the bell notification. And as always, thanks for joining me.